Set aside for a moment everything you know about how to read, or anything you might know about speed reading, because tonight we're going to take a look at something entirely different. It's called photo reading. The claims about photo reading sound too unbelievable to be true, but people who have learned how to do it say it's amazing. I am waiting for orders to join my new regiment, Your Excellency, said Boris, showing you. One word at a time. It's the way we were taught to read. It can be enjoyable, but not very efficient.
It causes our brain to narrowly focus. It's like turning the funnel upside down. We're trying to pour everything into the wrong end of the funnel.
You really feel that if you have a pile like this, you have to get through. But what if you could get through it like this? What if you could photo read?
Photo reading helps us turn the funnel right side up. We can take the entire book in at once.
Paul Sheely began searching 15 years ago, not for a better way to read, but for a better way for the brain to process information. What he developed is the photo reading whole mind system.
The key is really in the photo reading step itself, which is mentally photographing that written page at a page per second.
Paul suggested he walk me through the process to show me how it works. He gave me a pile of books to pick from, topics from art history to gardening. I picked one called Accelerated Learning because it seemed appropriate. The first step is to establish your purpose.
What would you hope to get out of a book like this?
I couldn't come up with a really clear purpose, and that would prove to be a problem. But I moved on to the next step, which is to close your eyes.
So if you would, just take a moment right now with a clear purpose in mind, just to feel yourself relaxing.
Research has found that relaxed alertness is the ideal state for learning. Once relaxed, the next step is to preview the book.
You want to keep it real superficial, front and back cover, table of contents, the way the thing's laid out.
He also has you pull out what he calls trigger words as you preview.
Analytical, recognition, Ebbinghaus.
Key terms that just catch your attention, and you're supposed to write them down with colored pens to get more of your mind and senses involved.
The preview is really a way of switching on the whole brain.
You get 3 minutes to preview. Each step is timed to keep you alert and moving. The next step would be photo reading. But first, you relax again. And here, he says it's key to say positive phrases to yourself, such as,
all that I photo read makes a lasting impression on my inner mind and is available to me.
Then, when you're ready, you
open the book to the page that you'll begin on and look right through the center crease, almost as if you had X-ray vision. Notice the four corners of the page.
To your conscious mind, it looks like a blur as you flip through at a page a second. But your subconscious, Paul says, is sucking it all up like a sponge. In 5 minutes, I'd photo-read the whole book and felt completely lost. Exactly the way Matt Haug says he felt when he was learning to photo-read 2 years ago when he was 13.
And it's like, I didn't believe it, and then I thought, well, all we're doing is flipping pages, because they explained it to us, and all it was flipping pages, and it was like, oh, it's going to work, and then I did the process, and then it was like, wow, it works.
Matt says it has given him so much confidence in school now that he's gone from a C average to an A average. You see, photo reading's just half the process. That gets the information in, then you activate to get it out. But first, you exercise, so you stay relaxed. Paul says it's actually best to let your mind sort through what you photo-read overnight. I didn't have the time, so to activate, I used mostly one of his 4 techniques. I moved my eyes rapidly down the center of each page, letting my subconscious guide me.
Literally, you can say, don't need this, don't need this, don't need this. Here, this is the thing I've been looking for. You quickly tune into it, dip in, grab it consciously, and move on.
After the first 6 minutes of activation, I was still lost. I did some more exercises to relax and got some guidance from Paul.
So remember, this whole system is driven because you're active, you're purposeful, you're questioning, and you're going for the core concept.
6 more minutes, and as strange as it sounds, the book was beginning to come alive for me, and I could actually answer questions about it.
And the key to accelerated learning of this book is mental relaxation.
Music is one of the most effective tools for doing that, and primarily Baroque music. Composers from the early 18th century, 1700 to 1750. Albolini, Vivaldi, Bach, I forget. This is bizarre. Our different senses stores information on all subjects in all parts of our brain.
Isn't that weird?
Yes. And what I found really weird is that I'd spent just 30 minutes actually looking at that book.
Questions and answers for the beginning photo read. It's very good.
In hopes of getting some of my questions answered, I went to an outside expert. Professor Mike Bennett teaches reading at the University of Minnesota. He's one of the few scholars in the country who actually has a doctorate in the subject. His book, Efficient Reading, is considered the standard by many. I asked Professor Bennett to read Paul's book, and much to his surprise, he thinks photo reading might really work.
How? I don't know.
But possible.
But possible. I certainly know why. I got excited about being able to do that myself.
The company is Learning Strategies Corporation. They're in Wyzetta. The number is 476-9200.
Look out, Evelyn Wood. It's a totally different concept.
Entirely different.
Okay. Thanks, Gary.